Why, hello there, dear viewer! What brought you to this remote part of YouTube that's my LP of Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Arm? Well, never mind. As long as you're here, I hope you enjoy yourself. Well, in the last session, Guthith helped out, or tried to help out Jan with some family problems. It didn't end well, and Jan is still feeling depressed, I think. But Guthith did his best to cheer him up. But of course, today, after, well, pretty much getting hammered last night with Jan, Guthith has a huge hangover. And while he originally planned to get back to what he was actually doing until the family business interrupted his plans, what he was actually planning on doing was going back to investigating the temple ruins to find out what's killing all the people of Imsvale and turning them inside out. But first of all, he has a hangover and he's in no mood to travel again to the, from his point of view, be-hated countryside, which he hates, obviously. He's in no mood for that. He'd much rather stay in the city. And also he's not really invested in this whole Imsvale business because, well, he doesn't like the village that much. He's going to go back there sooner or later because Minsk will make him do it, I guess. But for the time being, he wants to stay in Afkatla. And I believe that while he's here, he's much more interested in what's going on with Valiga and the planar sphere, because, let's face it, Guthith is not very interested in a small remote village, but he's very interested in a planar sphere that's able to travel interplanetarily, or something like that. It sounds fun. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to check that out. And in the spirit of this, we should probably check our spells, because a planar sphere doesn't sound like the safest place in all of Faerun. That's okay. Okay, we're going to sacrifice one fireball, because I really gotten to like those minute meteors. No, not the fireball. Let's put that back. We're going to rest anyway. The flame arrow. Fireballs are fun. They're like grenades. Is that good? Yeah, 2 minute meteors. They are very, very handy. That's alright. Okay. Eddie, how about you? No. We're never using those. We're gonna keep one just in case, but the other one, Spider Swarm, would be better. You can sacrifice one fireball. For more minute meteors. They're like grenades as well. That's alright. We're never going to use the Ilalok Strain. And when we're going to use it, it's because we're out of magic missiles, and that's just silly. Okay. Jahira, my darling? That's alright. Yeah, that's alright as well. Yeah, I'm actually thinking we could use another defensive harmony. All the more now that we have mass heal. And 2 regular heals. We'll have to see about that mass heal. It's not as good as I remembered it to be. We'll try it for a few more sessions, and when it turns out to not work or be crappy, well, not work, it obviously works, but if I can't be able to use it correctly, then we're going to let it be. Flame Strike. I don't know. Command would be much more Guthithy, I think. Or maybe... No, he's not a healer. Guthith is not a healer. Cause critical wounds. Well, he's not that bad in combat. That might actually not be a bad idea. Well, but 27 damage, that's not so good, and his flail is doing a lot of damage anyway. We'll keep Flame Strike for the time being. And we're going to get rid of this heal and have him memorize another protection from evil, I think. Good with skeletons, we don't need that little heal either. I'm realizing I'm getting rid of all my heal spells. I'm going to have to see how that goes. Okay, Dispel Magic is handy, of course, but oh, so often it doesn't work. Glyph of Warding, though. Let's try that. It's pretty chaotic. Silence. We're barely using silence. And again, we probably should use it more. Alright. Then some quick inventory management. We're going to sell that, give everything we're going to sell to Valigar. Some reason I can't imagine you're not proficient with longswords, are you? Nope. So I'm guessing we can sell Namara as well. And you need healing potions. As does Goofus. I have no idea why Goofus is hurt. I'm just seeing that right now. Why? What happened? What on earth happened? We just rested. That's so odd. Rope. Okay. Okay, good. Probably hurt himself due to his drinking excesses. Or maybe those 5 hit points of damage are just his hangover. I don't know. That would make sense.
If you wish.
So, the planar sphere. But before Goofus is doing that, he's going to... We're definitely resting before we enter the planar sphere. It's night anyway. Not that that matters if you're inside a planar sphere. But first of all, I think he's going to want to visit the government district, where, of course, the cowled mage resides that gave him the job of finding Valigar and bringing him to him. Well, he's not going to turn Valigar in, of course, because he doesn't like the cowled wizards, and he's... I think it would be too strong to say that he likes Valigar, but he's seeing potential in him. He just wants to rub it in the cowled mage's face, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's happening? Nothing. Just Lilakor saying something. Good. Pierce Magic? I actually... Well, it can be useful to sometimes read the descriptions here in the loading screens. I always use Breach. I'll have to look into Pierce Magic. Ah, well. No. Yes. Alright. The interesting thing here will be to see if the mage actually remembers giving us this quest. It's not necessary for doing the quest, because since we have Veliga in the party, we can enter the sphere.
No trouble out of you.
I'm very interested. Also, Goofus will get a phase 2 gloat and go, na 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 na, we're not giving it to him. To you. Whatever. Although now that I think of it, I've never done this, gone to the wizards when I didn't turn Veliga in.
I am one of the few who
Oh,
are
good.
chosen.
I'm hoping... I'm not sure about this. I'm hoping he doesn't automatically take him now. That was a bit thoughtless of me. Oh well, let's see how this goes. So, Goofus has returned, I see, and with the fool ranger in town. No, which one do you mean? I have two. This is as good as anything else, I suppose. Unless you've decided to throw in your lot with the ranger, I suppose a true fool might be talked into such. What shall it be, Goofus? Are you a fool? Relax, Veliga. Yeah, I didn't think too much about it. You've brought me to the wizards, Goofus? Why? You aren't going to sell me out to them, I hope. I've done nothing to deserve such a fate. No, Veliga, we shall not give up on you. The coward wizards believe much if they think to use everyone as they wish. You will receive nothing this day, mage. Oh, alright. Tolgerias doing the talking. Which isn't surprising, really. I wonder if Goofus feels the same. Regardless, he has chosen your insipid company, and I'll not tolerate such threats. You shall suffer for it. You all shall suffer for it. This, however, is not the place for confrontation. A reckoning shall come soon enough, my foolish friends. Ah, he's gone. Well, Goofus' mission is pretty much completed because you pissed him off, but to be honest, I wanted to pickpocket him to... it would be cheating anyway, because there's an item here and that you can get twice if you pickpocket him, and then, well, get it on the regular way again later. On the day of reckoning, as the mage chose to put it. I have to stop saving just before I leave areas. It's silly. So, the planar sphere. I actually don't know if we're ready for this, but I think we're more ready for this than the temple ruins.
Simple.
And yeah, it might be a good idea to rest before we get in there.
You must get.
Actually, I don't like going into the Copper Coronet anymore. It's a weird place now that everything has changed and shifted. Leitinan is back. I guess Goofus is going to kill Leitinan again. I don't know if he's going to do the whole quest again. It's not really a huge quest, I just have to get the key, free the barbarian.
If you wish.
It sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then Leitinan is pretty much dead, but still. Goofus doesn't like seeing him around, although he has killed him once before. There's going to be a lot of people he has to kill twice.
I got some cheap beer for you.
That's interesting. Wait a second. Nothing from me, thanks. No? Is Leitinan standing here? And he's talking about handbag. That's interesting. Okay, no drink for Goofus tonight, he's hungover. Good.